Hey there, Josh here. I've got a transcript of Bravado by Rush that I made a few weeks ago. There's a couple of bits in this song which were a little bit tricky, so I thought I might just run through them a little bit, show you guys exactly what's going on there. One particular bar, first of all, which would be a good idea to look at, would be at bar 42, if you've got the transcript handy. Starts off there with the crash cymbal into 16th hi-hat groove, and you actually start adding toms into the groove as well. Looks like this. Now, in order to approach that, probably one of the best things to do would be take out the crash cymbal at first. See if you can just work on the first 4 strokes, because you'll notice that the left hand actually leads across onto the first tom. This is how that looks. Once you've got the idea of that left hand leading across, try in the next tom, which is on the right hand. And then see if you can also get across back to the hi-hat with your left hand to continue the groove. Final step is adding that crash cymbal at the start, and see if you can then repeat it smoothly at the tempo of the song. The next part that's a little bit tricky is you'll find it at bar 68. It's a fill using the bass drum playing on all the 8th notes, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and all the way through. And the hands are playing sort of a grouping between your snare and hi-hats, sort of phrased in 3. It sounds like this. You'll probably notice actually that your right hand and your right foot play in unison all through that, and your left hand just fills in the other notes in between. Right hand goes from the crash to the hi-hat. I'll play from bar 66 so you can get an idea of what it sounds like in context. At this point also at bar 68 the hi-hats will be open, so it's a fairly loud crashy kind of sound. This is from bar 66. And again. Etc. Now besides some of the fills in this, which are a little bit tricky in typical Neil Peart style, the groove at 92 is probably the main one in this song that everyone remembers as the tough part. It sounds really, really cool when you get it all flying together. It's actually quite simple when you sort of break it down. It's based on a particular pattern that Neil Peart uses a fair bit in some of his other songs as well, interpreted a little bit different way each time. The pattern itself is this. Basically what you need to do is you need to get used to starting on just the bass drum on its own. Your hi-hat on your left hand will play all the E and R counts, so all the upbeat semiquavers, all the upbeat 16ths, and your right hand plays in between the bass drum on all the and counts. Just the first beat, have a listen to this. 1, E, and R. And if you repeat that over and over and over again, 1, E, and R, 2, that actually becomes very similar to Subdivisions. If you listen to the intro to the song Subdivisions by Rush, it has a very similar groove. Have a listen. But here in this example, Neil's actually also using toms as well, and he starts adding some left-hand variations and fills interspersed among this groove as well. So it sort of makes it a little bit complex at first. Best thing to do, I think, would be let me find it, bar, I think it's 95, is a clean version of this groove with no little variations. So have a look at that bar 95, that's what I'll use now for this example. As you can see, all your right hand strokes on the right cymbal bell are on all the and counts. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and you'll be bringing your right hand first of all down on 2 to the floor tom, and then on 4 to your snare drum. So counting through that, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Next step probably will be just add bass drums on 1 and 3, so that fills up the gaps you leave there between those right bell strokes. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. This is all just your right hand and right foot, nothing else going on at the moment. Just for thoroughness as well, we'll add the other bass drum, which is on 2 and 4 and. It happens at the same time as your right cymbal bell. Have a listen again. So I recommend probably just get used to that idea first of all, because that's pretty out there, a little bit different from probably any other basic rock grooves you would have played. The next step is probably then to add the left hand. Now your left hand will basically go all the E and A counts. You're essentially playing 1 E and A, 2 E and A, 3 E, A, all the E and A, left hand. And the left hand's actually moving there, first of all from the hi-hat, E, first tom, A, back to the hi-hat for 2 E and 2 A, stays in the hi-hat, 3 E, 3 R, and then again on the hi-hat for 4 E, R. So all you're doing basically is moving back and forth. You do 90% of all these strokes on the hi-hats, and it's moving across once for that tom part, left, right. Putting it all together very slowly, looks like this. Okay, now that's a little bit crazy at first, and it might take a fair bit of repetition just to get that flowing really smoothly like a groove. I'll play a little bit faster. Once again, I'll recommend going back to that earlier example. Like that, just getting used to that pattern. If you get that flowing smoothly, it'll make learning this a lot easier. But here's that same pattern a little bit faster. Faster again. And he, of course, adds all those fills in between, which are also on the transcription there. So I hope that's helped you. It's a little bit long-winded, I guess, but it's a little bit of a tricky groove to get used to. Hope you enjoy it.